That's a normal daily life. But some people have accepted it as normal. They accept it as normal. That is why someone will come and say, oh, why do you have to protest? Instead, let us allow us to continue our daily life. They now take this, something that no sensible, normal human being will accept. The Nigerians accept it as a normal daily life. They call it normal. And when you complain, they ask you, are you the only one suffering? This is what most of them tell Biafrans. When Biafrans protest on behalf of every individual, they say, are you people the only one? Why is it that it's this Biafra people making noise? Every time it's Biafra. Every time Biafra, 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 Biafra. Why is it that they wouldn't talk and they wouldn't give you the peace or chance to talk? They will ask you, are you the only one suffering? They want everyone to come into that destruction before they will now realize it is time to speak. But I thank Chukwu Okokadiam that the Biafran people are gone and gone for good. And there is nothing you can do to bring us back into Nigeria. Nothing. The Biafran people have gone. We have left Nigeria and there is no going back. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what the outcome becomes. It doesn't matter what the trials and temptation will be in the future. No. We are not going back. We are not going back. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, made it clear. That is why today he put his life on the line. He said, he is going to do, even if he's going to die, he will continue to chase Biafra. And he will speak and reveal those words they don't want to hear, those things they don't want to say. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is ready to say it. That is why he has taken the challenge to defend himself. There are many informations that he wants to push out that his lawyers cannot be able to speak about. We know that these lawyers are Nigerian lawyers. They're in Nigeria. We understand their fears. We know they have limit to what they can say. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran, a fearless man, even in the territory of the enemy. He made it clear that we are fearless in the presence of our enemies. And today, he has taken that challenge, calling names one after the other to come and defend themselves. I saw a response from the idiot called, what is it called? The one in Abuja, Wike. A clueless man. You saw him shouting like somebody that is choking, talking like somebody who is choking, saying that he's going to come. I hope he comes. He said he's going to come to the court if the court subpoena him. Then let's see what the court is going to do. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have stated 20-something people he mentioned that are going to be there to testify in defense. And we expect the court to try this case. It's an international case. It's a matter of life and death. So every idiot mentioned must come and defend him or herself. Let's see who is terrorizing who. Who is the real terrorist? We will find out in court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court again on Monday. By Monday, we will find out who is the real terrorist. The same people who failed to break Biafra spirit with bullets and prison bars now sought to assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The same people who failed to break Biafran spirit with bullets and prison bars now resort to assassination. They have tried everything they can to break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's spirit. They failed. They have tried everything they can to stop us from speaking up. They failed. Now they resort to assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has spoken out. They poisoned him and they are waiting for their poison to take effect before they will release him to go and die. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have vowed to expose every single one of them that is involved to the world. We are calling on international communities to pay attention. We know they wouldn't do anything, but we know there are men of conscience out there that are listening. We don't have hope on any international organization or whatever to come. We know that they will never come. This is not the first time, not the second time. They are always late. But that will not stop us from speaking. We will continue to speak out. So you wouldn't say you didn't hear. because we are going to fight back. Definitely, we will fight back. We are going to fight back. Some of us don't know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to defend himself in the court. Many are asking, why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu choose to represent himself in court? That is the question many people are asking yesterday, even up to today. Excuse me. Sorry. They're asking, why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu choose to defend himself? That is, even the people who were in the court, including the representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, say he was surprised. And that question is going anywhere. The answer is simple but powerful. The answer is simple but very powerful. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no longer trusts the system designed to destroy him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not trust the system designed to destroy him. Some of you don't know how far the zoo can go. But those of us who are sincere and watching closely, you will know that the zoo can go to any length. These are the people that have infiltrated all Biafran organizations. They have agents in all Biafra organizations. If they can be able to plant agents in all Biafra organizations, how much more in the legal council of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not just a leader, he is also spiritual. Very, very intelligent. He knows danger when he sees one. And every time you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu disorganize his legal team, take them aside, he has a reason for doing that. Before the removal of these people, now I have spoken about the lead counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the senior advocate they brought. If you remember, I played also the video of Uwazirike, where Uwazirike was laying concern on the senior advocate and their procedures they are taking. Uwazirike led complaint, and some of us sometimes we just ignore people because of grievances we have before. When people say something reasonable, take it. Leave the person, take the word. That doesn't mean we are not careful with them. We are careful with everyone that have failed in one time or the other. We need to be very careful with them. But when they say something reasonable, pay attention. When they make a reasonable argument, pay attention. It is not about me. Sometimes we close our eyes because of the person speaking, even when the person is making sense. Instead of you to borrow that sense and leave the person alone, you will not. Uwazirike made a complaint about this legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just like when the Karo White lawyer was there, they were almost towing the same line with Karo White lawyer. The only person that is standing out is Aloy Ejimako, the special counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you hear special counsel, it speaks loud. Aloy Ejimako is the confidant of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Forget about lead counsel, big names they answer, senior advocate and all that. You can imagine how the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went. If you remember what Uwazirike said, that when they were saying they want to continue trial, he thought that maybe they had a deal with the government at the back. Because it is possible. Uwazirike said that he thought they had a deal. That if they had a deal, there's no problem with that. For you to bring out your client, it is in your hand to do everything humanly possible to make sure that your client is free. So if they have gone into a deal with the government, he has no problem. So when we are talking about going into a case that has been decided already, a case that the appeal court have decided already and set Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, and you accept and agree to go back to it again, he thought that they have a deal, only to come and begin to say they want to start trial again. Only to come, not only to start the trial, they still refused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu medical treatment. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. When they rejected Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, something as simple as going to National Hospital in Abuja, not abroad. Not even release, or allow him to go to National Hospital in Abuja for treatment. When they could not be able to get that, I knew that something was wrong. And Wazirike made that concern. And he also pointed out on the stance of Ejimako that extraordinary rendition have removed Nigeria from having the jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They have no such jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they want to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he should be returned back to wherever he is, and then they'll pass the normal process to extradite him. Only then and then they will have the jurisdiction to try Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These senior advocates know this very well. From day one, they have been running away from this extraordinary rendition. The only person that stood with this extraordinary rendition, which is the backbone of the case, is Aloy Ejimako. He introduced it. Even when he introduced it, the White lawyer tried to dodge it. White lawyer tried to cover it up. Aloy Ejimako left him, went to Abia State and won the case. It was only then that they now realized that it is necessary. Then they used it and came to Abuja High Court, appeal court. In the appeal court, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used it to win his case also. Every charges against him was quashed and he was discharged. Instead of leaving Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they referred him back again to High Court to start again fresh. So every responsible, reasonable lawyer should have stood on that appeal court, except you have a deal with the government, which is what was expected. Which I still believe is that's yes. Except you have a deal. If you have a deal to free your client, that's your business. You can do anything to free your client. Only to come and see that they have nothing. Just as in the last court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can imagine that the Nigerian Medical Association went and brought a test result that was conducted ever before the court gave the ruling that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be tested. They went and brought a test result was done before then, and they submitted to the court. And this senior advocate, about 3 or 4 of them were there. They could not challenge that. They could not speak about that. They allowed that very test results to scale through. And the judge held on it and said he's going to be holding on it. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to court now, take up his case and to speak on that, he first of all spoke on the extraordinary rendition that the court has no jurisdiction to try them. They denied and said they have jurisdiction by force. They are the government. Then he told them about the medical issue, and they said, well, they have already accepted it. Why didn't the lawyers make the case initially? Why didn't the lawyers speak about it? And you ask me, why would senior advocates be there and such medical false information were passed and they allow you to scale through? Were they sleeping in the court? Now you understand the answer to why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to represent himself in court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no longer trusts the system designed to destroy him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understands that this is not a legal trial. It is not. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understands very well that this is not a legal trial. It is a political war in disguise. A political war in disguise. By defending himself, he sends a clear message to the world. I am not fighting for my own freedom alone. I am defending the truth they fear. Did you hear that? By Mazi Nnamdi Kanu defending himself, he sends a clear message to the world. I am not fighting for my own freedom alone. I am defending the truth they fear. Nnamdi Kanu knows that when the judiciary becomes a tool of oppression, trust itself becomes the only defense. He chose self-defense, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity, to expose the lies before the whole world. Do you now understand? You know, when you go to their conventional media, they interpret this word wrongly. They say, oh, it's because he's an arrogant person. Hell, because he's too arrogant. That is why he wants to defend himself. He wants to show he knows too much. That is what they go to their media. The impression they create when they talk about Mazi Nnamdi defend himself, they attach it to arrogance. They attach it to pride. But that is a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to defend himself. He chose self-defense, not out of arrogance, but out of necessity, to expose the lies before the world. I bet you the names that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentions and the things that he called out, none of his lawyer can have that boldness to present that. None of them will have that boldness to present. And I know they are Nigerian lawyers, they are Nigerian senior advocates, they are Nigerian. None of them have the nerves to fight this case the way it should be. They dare not mention the names that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu mentioned. They dare not. Now you understand why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu chose to defend himself. It is out of necessity to expose lies before the whole world. And we are calling on the international communities to pay attention. Pay attention wherever you are. Pay attention. The battle has just begun. Pay attention. No amount of propaganda or blackmail can take us back to where we are coming from. No, never. Never. Our pursuit for freedom cannot be stopped through fear. You cannot frighten us. You cannot create fear in us to make us stop speaking the truth. No. That is why when I see certain people exercising fear, you will not do this because of that, you will not do this because of that, I laugh. That shows unseriousness. When you begin to refuse to do what you're supposed to do out of fear, it shows unseriousness. You're not ready to be free. Freedom is not served in a platter of gold. Freedom, before you can get it, you need to fight for it. You fight, you should be ready to put your life on the line if you need freedom. Sometimes freedom will be at the expense of your life. If you really want to be free, more especially you want to be free from a black man, you need to be ready to die. If you are scared of dying, you are not ready. You better walk away. You better step aside. If you're not ready to put your life, you better step aside. And our fathers showed us an example. Remember our fathers who were taken to the US for slavery. They were taken to US for slavery. When they went there, they arrived and they discovered that this is slavery. They said over their dead body, it is rather they die than to serve as slaves. They said it is better they die than to serve as slaves. And they held each other's hand and they walked into the sea and drowned themselves. Up to today, the evidence is there in the US. People go there to pay homage and pray for their souls. That is how important freedom is to a Biafran, more especially the Igbo Biafrans. We are freeborn. We are not slaves, and we can never be slave to anybody. We are not slaves, and we will not be slave to anybody. The case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and what is going on today is no longer a domestic issue. For those who would think that it's just about Biafra, about Nigeria, no, it's not a domestic issue anymore. And we are calling on the international community to pay attention. When a government turns its power against its own people, against a prisoner of conscience, it becomes global human rights emergency. You saw what happened to Showore yesterday. The whole world witnessed what happened to Showore. In the court, the same human rights abuse, the same injustice that Showore was fighting in the protest was meted on him before the whole world, before the camera yesterday. What is happening today is global human rights emergency. What is happening in Nigeria now is global human rights emergency. The international community should weigh in. This is not the time to pretend. That same economic interest you have in Nigeria, you can still reach a deal with various groups, various countries when they break away and still have what you want to have. Must it be, is it compulsory that you must steal it free of charge? Must you be taking everything free, just like you did in Niger, before the Niger people realized themselves and they took their economy back? Do you have to take it free? You can still get access to the oil, but it has to go through the normal process. Buy it the way others buy. Everyone will benefit. You will benefit. The indigenous people will benefit. What gain will you have in impoverishing people going into a land to take their resources without accountability? Is that what you want? Is that why you will not speak about the atrocities of the government in Nigeria? The human rights abuse, the genocide that's going on against the Christians, against the Biafrans, against the Igbos, against other people, more especially in the southern part of Nigeria. Life does not matter to you. What matters to you is economy. The resources of the country matters to you, but when it comes to human life, you do not care. We are calling on the United Nations to investigate the ongoing persecution and threat to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life. We are calling on the United Nations to investigate the ongoing persecution and threat to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life. We call on Amnesty International to document and publicize the grave violation happening under the radar because they have the information. The human rights, Amnesty International in Nigeria, they are very much aware. We have furnished them with more than enough information. Some they have gathered by themselves. It is high time to document, publicize the grave violation happening under the radar. Stop being silent. Amnesty International, stop being complicit. Bring the information you have. Those things that are happening under the radar that you're hiding, bring it out. Investigate the attack against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life. Against the oppressed. Look at Showore, Omoyele Showore. An innocent man who did nothing, only to call for justice. He did nothing, only to call for a lawful society, and they brought lawlessness upon him. Even in the court, you can imagine. In the premises of the court, they came to premises of the court to bully Omoyele Showore, beat him up, throw him into the court with about 50 policemen. These people that had 50 policemen to come and pick only Showore. In that same Abuja, a home was attacked where a presenter of Arise was killed. The family was attacked. The compound was attacked. And they called police for hours. For hours. And police did not arrive. And that girl took the risk to save her life and died. These same people who claim they don't have enough police to police Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, were able to raise 50 policemen to come and pick an innocent man that is unarmed. Showore didn't even have pencil with him. Every one of us see him. He is going around every time with his camera. He has nothing. But they came with their armor tank, with their well-armed armor tank, tear gas, and 50 policemen to pick only one man. And the whole world is watching. Amnesty International is watching. crisis in Nigeria is no longer local. It's a global crisis. And we call on the international communities to pay attention. We call on the United States, the United Kingdom, even though they are the one that put this very evil in place. I know there are still people that has conscience in the United Kingdom. Even though United Kingdom is the one that planted this time bomb that is exploding on a daily basis, we know there are still men of conscience. So we call on them to stand up and call on their government to withdraw their support from the terrorist nation called Nigeria. We call them, call your government to withdraw their support to a terrorist country, Nigeria. If you do not, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already said a prayer that is working on your head now. And it's going to be worse. That if you do not stop meddling in the issue of Nigeria, your case will be worse than Somalia. The same people you want to take over Nigeria will take over your own nation. And it is happening. That was a prayer that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made for you people. Broad daylight. And that prayer is coming to pass. You think it's a joke? Think again. There is no doubt there are good people in the United Kingdom. There are good people, there are men of conscience. They should rise up and speak. Tell their government to withdraw their support to the terrorist government called Nigeria. This is the time. The United States should rise up and take action, not only in words. Talking about the Christian genocide is not enough. Take action to stop it. Stop paying attention to the propaganda of Nigeria. Now you see them going everywhere to go and meet clergymen, that they're holding meeting. Only now they realize that there are Christians in Nigeria. They are gathering pastors, gathering bishops. And at the end of the day, it is about what they are to gain, their own personal interest. By the day they give them their Ghana must go, give them money, pay them, and they come out and tell you that everything is well. All is not well. Even as we speak, the terrorists are still overrunning cities. Kwara State is on fire as we speak. Kwara is boiling. Northern part of Nigeria, people are still dying every single day. The attack is going on. In Biafra land, the attack in Biafra land is being done by the government itself. The same thing the terrorists is doing in the north. In the southeast, it is the government that are doing it. The government soldiers are the one playing that role. The role of the terrorists, the government are the one playing that role in Biafra land. Because they know that they cannot be able to penetrate. They know they cannot be able to get in. So realizing that they can't be able to get in, they use their military to terrorize Biafrans, take innocent life. Even as we speak, many lives are going. The United States, the United Kingdom, the EU nations must pay attention, more especially to Finland. Finland is actively supporting a terrorist country. Finland is not supposed to be part of the EU. I don't know why European Union should allow Finland to be part of them. A country that is supporting a terrorist country. A country that criminalized self-determination. Went ahead, exchanged information with a terrorist country. And yet you are part of the European Union. If you are sincere and you stand for justice as you claim, the European Union, expel Finland from the European Union. You need to expel Finland. You need to expel Finland. For criminalizing self-determination and actively exchanging serious information, delicate informations. The same way they exchange information with terrorist country Nigeria, that is why how they will bring information how to do with the EU. Your secret information, Finland is going to hand it over to terrorists in Nigeria. In case you don't know. Finland is going to hand over sensitive information to a terrorist country like Nigeria. It is going to happen. It's a question of time. If you do not expel Finland from EU, it is going to happen. It is going to happen. Nothing is going to stop it. It will happen. So Finland must be expelled. They must be expelled from European Union for actively joining a terrorist organization, actively working hand in hand and exchanging information with a terrorist organization. You are not safe, because sensitive information in the EU, they are going to exchange it with the Nigerian government, a terrorist government that we have known. What is happening in Nigeria is of global concern. It is not local anymore. It is of global concern. So we are calling on United States, United Kingdom, EU to intervene diplomatically before this situation turns into another African tragedy. I know the United Nations, the US, some of you're only waiting. You are very good at reporting tragedy. You are only good at reporting tragedy. This is how you watched and waited until there was massacre before you come. This is how you watched and waited when the Holocaust happened. This is how you watched and waited during the Kosovo. This is how you waited and watched during the Rwandan genocide. This is how you waited and watched during the Biafran genocide. You are still waiting again. It is time for you to intervene diplomatically before this situation turns into another African tragedy. Another African tragedy is brewing, and yet you are silent. But if you are to be a discovery of mineral resources, every one of you will be scamping there. Every one of you will be running there to go and take your own national cake. If you were to be about resources, you will be, every one of you will be fighting to be the first to be there. Now there's a tragedy coming. And we're calling on you to do what you're supposed to do. Silence from the international community. We make them complicit in what may become another political assassination against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If the international community remains silent, if they remain silent on the situation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will be seen as complicit in what becomes another political assassination. We will see them as complicit if they continue to remain silent. There is no other way to explain it. There's no other way to interpret it. If they continue to remain silent, with this plan of assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, poison him and refuse him from taking treatment, allowing him to die slowly. We will now know that you are truly, truly complicit in what becomes another political assassination, as you have always done. We know brave men who have risen up in the past, how you assassinated them. Thomas Sankara was assassinated. Many good men in Africa were always assassinated by you. Today, another good man is about to go down. But Chukwu Okike Abia will not allow it. And we Biafrans will resist it. Another good man is about to go down. And we will not allow it. At the same time, we will never forgive the politicians, the Igbo politicians and their spirit of sabotage. We will not forgive them. The protest of our brother Mazi Showore, may Chukwu Okike Abia continue to guide and protect him. May Chukwu Okike Abia continue to bless him for the revelation he gave us. Showore did a great job. The protest he conducted was a revelation. Igbo politicians and their spirit of sabotage. was made very clear before the whole world. History repeats itself. Our greatest danger often comes not from outsider, but from within. The greatest danger is never coming from outside, but from within. Some Igbo politicians, afraid of losing their position and privileges, have become agents of oppressor. Many of them, we have seen them today. They are no longer hiding. They are no longer hiding. Many of them are no longer hiding. Some people will stay afraid of losing their position, privileges, have become agents of oppressors. But I bet you, we will never be silent, and we will not allow them to succeed. They mock Biafra publicly, while secretly negotiating survival for themselves. In public, see them in the media everywhere. They mock Biafra. But secretly, they are negotiating survival for themselves. When you talk about our collective interests as Biafrans, they mock at it. They tell you Biafra is dead. They say, why must you talk about Biafra? Talk about one Nigeria. But secretly, they are negotiating survival for themselves and their family individually. They sit in Abuja and Lagos, enjoying comfort, while their people suffer kidnapping, killings, and poverty. They don't care. They sit in Abuja and Lagos, enjoying comfort, while the businesses of their people are destroyed, while the lives of their people are taken, while kidnappers are running rampage in their land. The military is taking the life of their youths on a daily basis. Poverty is ravaging anywhere. They don't care. They don't care. But they forget one thing. The people are watching. And history never forgives betrayal. That is one thing they forget. The people are watching. We are all watching. Our children are watching. The younger ones are watching. And history never forgives betrayal. History never, ever forgives betrayal. Wherever you are as a Biafran, it is time for us to take action. Those of us who are genuinely, the ordinary people, genuinely seeking for freedom to defend our lives and our properties and our homes, it is time for us to take action. This is the time for every Biafran, every freedom lover, every truth seeker to rise up in one voice. It is not time for division. We might have our differences. We might have our misunderstandings. We might have things that put us apart. But I bet you it is high time we put those things away. If we must survive. If we must survive, every truth seeker, to an extent, every indigenous person in Nigeria, it doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter what you believe, your own ideology, your own orientation, it doesn't matter. It is high time we rise up in one voice. Speak out on social media. Wherever you are, all your platforms, speak out. If you cannot speak, share the video. Some of you are here, you have not even given a thumbs up. Come on, thumbs up. To like the video, you will not like. You don't pay money. It is not free. It is not payable. It is free. For you to like the video and share it, it doesn't cost money. It is not a super chat. It will not take your data. Just like the video and share it. As simple as that. To spread the news information. You wouldn't do that. And yet, you complain. This is something as simple as sharing. It's not going to cost you money. It is free. It won't cost you anything. Either you are sitting in your house, you're not coming out to do anything, just give a thumbs up and share. You wouldn't do that to push these messages. If you cannot put your face on the line to speak, you don't have a platform to speak, at least share the people that are speaking. Share it on your X handle, share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook, share it on your WhatsApp group. Any group you belong, share it. Speak out on social media. Organize awareness campaign. Continue to create awareness. What we are doing here, you and I, we are creating awareness. Those who can organize this awareness campaign on the ground, do it. Do it to save life. To call the attention of the international community. Don't say they will not come. Don't say they will not hear. Continue to do it. There are still men of conscience out there. There are still men that have conscience in all parts of the world. You never can tell. It takes only one man to make this change. It takes only one man. Chukwu can use one man to press the button. You can imagine. Only a single statement made by P-Man. Every one of them took it in and is now talking about Christian genocide. By statement of one man. The same way Chukwu was just one man, only one man in the house to raise that fire. And freedom will come. That is why it is important we continue to organize awareness campaign. Continue to speak out on your social media network. Continue to demand for international attention. Continue to demand for international intervention. Don't say they wouldn't come. Don't say it doesn't matter. It matters. Even if it is one person listening to you, continue to say it again and again. You never can tell. You never can tell who that one person is. You never can tell who will come across your video. You never can tell who will be the next person to watch you. And they will be touched with what we are going through. The case of Nigeria is a matter of life and death. We are not only complaining, we are providing solution. And the solution to the issue of Nigeria is disintegration. We are presenting Biafra as the only solution. Not out of envy, not out of jealousy, not out of wickedness, not out of pride, but to save life. Once Biafra is free, the Obdurwa will be free. The Middle Beltans will be free. The North will be free. They can still live as neighbors. They can still intermarry, do businesses together. But each one will protect their border respectfully. And when you do that, this destructive diversity that is lighting up this time bomb will quench naturally. The destructive diversity will die a natural death. That is all we're asking for. We have fought. We have tried so many things. We have done a lot of things, and yet people do not understand. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are, whatever you are doing, I call on you to rise up. Don't be silent. Don't be weak. Don't be tired. Because if they succeed in silencing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it's going to be bad. Every one of us should pray. Pray and stand in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Pray for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Pray and stand in solidarity with them. Let me tell you, prayer works. If anybody that thinks that prayer doesn't work, prayer works. Prayer works, but you don't pray and sit down. You pray and go to work. That's how it works. We can never forget praying. Prayer works. Our supreme name, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a prayer warrior. Is a prayer warrior. That is why you see me, I use his prayer in every of my broadcasts. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does not start any program without prayer. Never. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot start any program without prayer. He's a prayer warrior. And his being a prayer warrior does not make him lazy. He prays and he goes to work. He prays and he goes to work. So wherever you are, pray and stand in solidarity with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because if they silence him, they silence the truth. And if we remain silent, we become part of their conspiracy. We must not be silenced. And this is to everybody. It is not just to the Biafrans. It is not just to Biafra. It is to everybody. It is not just to Biafrans. It is to every single one of us, wherever you are. We must be part of this. Pray. No matter your religion, no matter your location, no matter your group, no matter your tribe, every one of us, we must put our hands together to fight this battle. You know, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been shouting and talking, and some, they take it as noise making. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was warning about Fulani taking over Yoruba land, some thought it was, oh, he talks too much. Oh, he's just trying to be relevant. Oh, but today, that thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu spoke about is happening before your own very eyes. The Fulanis are bent on taking over Kwara State. The Fulanis are preparing to take over Kwara State by fire, by force. It is not a joke. Many of you must have seen the video that is trending, that where Fulanis are arriving in their numbers in Kwara State to take their land because they believe that Kwara belongs to them. That's something that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warn people about. It is happening today before your own very eyes. But when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking, they called him a troublemaker. Oh, he talks too much. Oh, he talks too much, really? Okay. I want you to see it. Many of you must have seen it. Many of you must have seen it, but let us see it again. Let us see it again. When we talk about these issues, some will think, oh, it is a propaganda. Oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, you're a warmonger. Oh, you are blowing things out of proportion. Look at it. What you are seeing here is the arrival of the terrorists in Kwara State. They say they are headers. Can you tell me how can people who call themselves headers be arriving in that place? None of them is carrying a cow. Headers that we know headers have cows. Look at a truck. A truck brought a truckload of terrorists to Kwara State. A truckload of terrorists to Kwara State. They are not coming there for business. They are not coming there for anything. Tell me, what are they coming to do in Kwara State? You see their motorbike everywhere. You see their motorbike? This is how they are moving them down. This is how they are moving. Look at them. Young boys, young able boys. Look at them. Look at them. They bring them in and they dispatch them in Kwara State. You can imagine. They push them into the community. You can imagine. You see their motorbikes. These are the ones you saw the video. What about the ones who did not see the videos? What about the ones that arrived without the notice of the people? They use trucks and they are moving them down to the south. They started this operation, not today. They started this right from the time of NSAS. From the time of NSAS, you remember? Why people were locked down in their home? Dangote truck was busy transporting different kinds of terrorists into the south. This one is the recent one. You can imagine. You can imagine. Is this the way we travel when we go to their place? Is this the way we go to them when we go to their own area? And the obvious is that they are not coming for, these people are not there for trade, not there for business, not there to cause any development, nothing. To create chaos. The next thing they will do is to recruit them and they supply their arms. You see their bike already parked there. Young men, these are the people you see on a bike riding every day. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu warned people about it, but they didn't listen. Some call him a warmonger. They call him a troublemaker. They called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu different kinds of things. This is happening in Kwara State, the same Kwara State where people are losing their life now as we speak. The same Kwara State that is under siege. That is where you saw that. The same Kwara State. The same Kwara State. That is where you see they are bringing their missionaries from all parts of the world, from all corners of the world. They are bringing their missionaries in Kwara State. And some of you think this is about the Biafran people. It is not just about us. I have said it time and time again that if there are people who can survive every condition and every situation, it is the Biafran people, because we have seen it all. If there are people who can face the challenges and survive it, it is the Biafran people. It is the Biafran people. We have seen it all. There's no kind of attack today that we have not seen. There is no attack they will bring today that will be more than what we have seen before. Is it the war? We have been fighting the war even before 1967. Until 1967, they made it open. We fought it and we fought it to the last. It is so sad. Nigeria is not supposed to be. Every one of us, you must continue to write on your platform, free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and also free Sowore. The abuse on our brother Sowore is unacceptable. It is very, very unacceptable. No sensible person will accept this. Nigerian police abduction of Sowore is blatant assault on democracy. That is it. Nigerian police abduction of Sowore, blatant assault on democracy. That is exactly. You cannot, there's no other way to explain it. It is an assault on democracy. Very, very clear one. This is another one. This one is about 47 minutes ago. Breaking. Tension in Oworoshoki as Lagos government bulldozers return to continue illegal demolition. You see? You see? In a time where people are facing very difficult time, the Lagos state government is still demolishing. See, tension in Oworoshoki as Lagos government bulldozers return to continue illegal demolition. Go and check illegal demolition. It's all about the